All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another live stream. Happy Friday. A lot to do. I've been in full crush mode since earlier, but I figured I'd jump on and kind of just fill you guys in on what's been going on here today. A lot of chain sharpening, bar maintenance, cleaning, and yeah, the day's not over, so I'm still gonna be here for in the shop at least another couple hours at least. And but yeah, so without further ado, let's get going. Just give me 1 second here. Okay, just had to take a little restroom break, so let's get it going. I normally don't wear gloves to do chain sharpening, but lately I've been getting a lot of little metal burrs in my fingers, and it's not excruciating pain, but just doesn't feel very comfortable. So anyways, it's going to be a pretty quick moving live stream today because I still have quite a bit to do. So been going since about what, I don't know, like 10:30 or something like that, and it's just been nonstop. So right now what's going on is chain sharpening. I have 9 to get done for our customer Rodolfo, and so far I do everything hand file, so it takes a little longer. These chains have some of them are pretty bad, so having to do some correcting of the cutters and whatnot. So I've already cleaned them all, so now we're doing the sharpening. I have done 4 so far, and I still have 6 to go, so a total of 10. And then I just took a break to go clean up and do bar dressing on 9 bars. So when bars come in, you know, obviously when chainsaws come in, they have bars and chains. So I clean all the chains before I sharpen them, to get a better visual inspection of the chains. And then also too, you know, it kind of helps protect your files a little bit more, and also too, you just get a better grind on the cutters. And then for the bars, I do just some real basic bar maintenance. So I clean them out. Here, I'll just show you guys real quick. I clean them out. Oh. And by what I mean by cleaning them out is I just clean out the track where the drive links sit. So I push everything out, because there's usually a lot of dirt and grime that builds up. And what I use for that, you can use a flathead screwdriver, but I use this little organ tool. So this will tell you the gauge of your bar. So I just use the right size gauge, sometimes a little bit smaller, just to get in there a little bit better. It'll tell you your file size, your pitch, and then the gauge of your drive link. So I just use the end of the tool here, and I just pass it through the inside of the bar, and it just gets all that dirt and grime. So this is what I've taken out from all these bars. So I have, like I said, 9. So these are all done. I spray them down with Purple Power, my favorite cleaner, This is the non-double strength. I usually use the double, but this is just as good. And give them a nice a little cleaning, little scrub down with a wire brush. These are my favorite style. You guys probably already know that. Wipe them down, and then just do a little routine check. So make sure the sprockets are all good, not super loose or jammed up. I do bar dressing. So basically bar dressing is just, I take just a flat file and I just go along the edge and I get rid of any lips that start forming from just wear. And just make sure they're all straight and not pinched. So these are all done. So I believe these are 32-inch bars. So two 32-inch bars, a 28, I believe, a 20, and then a few 16-inch bars that go on 201s or 200Ts. So anyways, and these are all the saws that I finished up yesterday for the most part. One of them still needs a rewind spring. And then of course, this one, I'm pretty sure the rewind spring is also busted because it doesn't go back. So the one thing I'm going to try to do for this one is shorten up the pull cord and see if that provides any extra tension. If not, I'm going to have to put a hold on this one and get a rewind spring ordered. And honestly, I probably just forgot that this needed one. But anyways, let's go ahead and keep doing chain sharpening because I need to get it all done. So I'm pretty sure our customer isn't gonna come pick up today, but I told him everything would be done today, so that is the plan. So we got Charlie Sipo says, hi, how you doing? I'm doing well, just a little busy. Vertilis says, oil up. Sure. And we got Jacob FN in the house, says, what's up, man? What up, what up? So let's go ahead and get this done. Like I said, this is going to be kind of a short, well, kind of a quick live stream. I'll do my best to answer questions or comments and go from there. So 10 chains total. I have 4 done. I need to do 6 more. So hand filing just takes time. So I'm trying to get a good angle for you guys here. So let's see. Although this isn't really live stream, not to sound like a douche, but it's not the most important thing right now. The important thing is to get the job done. But if I'm going to be doing a live stream, might as well give you guys a good point of view. So let's just go ahead and get going. And then yeah, just get it done. I don't know the only ones that I know is I have a couple. I think they're maybe 105 or 115 drive link chains for 36-inch bars, and then I have about 5 55 drive link chains for 16-inch bars that go on 201s for Rodolfo, and then I have a couple of, I think maybe they're like 84 91 drive chains, but either way, doesn't matter. All chains except for one is a steel chain. So right now I'm using a steel file, steel handle. This one is the 5/32, and then the 13/64 for 3/8. So a lot of these chains have really small cutters, so I've been using a 5/32 file. There's a couple chains that I have used the 13/64, but it all really just depends on size of the cutter. Of course, you want to follow the appropriate pitch, but when your cutters get to a certain size, you do have to switch it up a little bit. So, oh, I forgot to mark this. Can't tell if I've already started this chain. I don't think I did. No, I did not. Okay, so let me mark it. So I like to just mark the chains with a paint pen, just to keep track of where I started. I'm not that good yet to really remember where. I mean, I could just look at the cutters and see which ones have been done, but I'd rather just mark them, mark the chain a little bit, and go from there. So it's kind of nice when I get chains in. I don't get them very often, just because most all of my customers sharpen their own chains. They're badasses. But every now and then, you know, maybe they don't have time, or they just want to bless us with work and they bring in their chains like Rodolfo. But everybody else sharpens their own chains, which is nice. Most of the time we just get the power heads, so just the saws themselves. Probably help if I tighten this down. But anyhow, enough of me blabbing. I hope everyone is doing well out there today on this Friday. It's been a good day. Beautiful day out here in California. Not too cold, almost kind of warm, if I can say. And just from the looks of everything, the chains, I'm not even gonna hit the rakers, to be honest with you guys. They don't need it. Most of the time though, brand new chains, you do want to kind of touch up the rakers every now and then, or you know, anytime you go to sharpen the chain, you should kind of get a measurement or a gauge of the cutters. But these are all very well used up chains, and I think if I went any lower on the rakers, the chain would just wouldn't cut smooth. It'd just be kind of for the most part though, you can pretty much tell. We're not going to go super crazy. You don't have to, as long as it's nice and sharp, because you know you can make a cutter super sharp, but which is good. But if you sharpen it too much, you point it out too much, it's kind of like a full chisel chain. You know, it's going to cut really good, but it's going to dull out faster compared to like a semi chisel, which is more of like a rounded off cutter. I mean, don't get that confused. I mean, it'll still cut you and it'll still cut, but typically the semi chisel chains are better if you're cutting dirty wood, hardwood, or you just want to not have to file as much, if anything. But most people, they kind of go for a full chisel. They just want a more aggressive chain, but it will dull out quicker. I'm excited because we got a 200T in yesterday. Nothing major, just tune-up service, and then it needs a couple of repairs. So it needs a couple of the AV bushings and mounts, or one of the AV mounts replaced, and then one of the bushing that goes on the handle. My buddy Alan kind of goes hard on his saws. I mean, all my guys do, but he goes pretty hard. And then just the tune-up service, so new filters, like fuel, air, a good cleaning. And that's pretty much it. It's the second time it's come to the shop. The first time it came in, we replaced the handguard and then installed a new muffler with a West Coast pipe, which those you have to fabricate, meaning you have to make the hole and mount it and all that good stuff. It's pretty fun. And then what else did we do? And then tune-up service, cleaning. But like I was saying earlier, it's kind of nice when I do get some chains, because sharpening is, I don't know, it can be fun. Little tedious, of course, but the only time it's not fun is when you're kind of in a, well, when you have other repairs and you have other things to do, and you're kind of like on a time crunch. That's why I actually started the live stream. I did a live stream right now because I needed a little something going on. So I had music and stuff going, but either way, I wanted to say what's up to you guys. I meant to do a live stream yesterday. That was my intent, but the work comes first. And thankfully I've been blessed and I've had a good amount of work these past few days. So yesterday I knocked out 4 saws. Of course I do need to overlook one, or look over the 036 Pro a little bit more. And then the last 201, I need to put that rewind spring. Which I did say, for those of you that were here, that I wanted to do that with you guys on a live stream, but what I really want to do is I actually want to make a video and post it on our channel. Because I need to work on doing more longer videos other than just shorts. I didn't know until recently, like a few days ago, that anything under 3 minutes is considered a short. I didn't know that. So I want to work on doing longer videos, some basic stuff for the most part, you know, just how-to videos, or just showing how to do certain things, like the rewind spring. So yeah, I do need to post a couple of videos. I mean, they're going to be shorts because they're not anywhere near 3 minutes, but just what I usually post for us. Just some videos from yesterday, and then some ones from today. But that'll all happen. Most of those will get uploaded tonight after we wrap up the day. Kind of glad I took that break to do the bar cleanups and maintenance. I needed a little break from sharpening chains. But the only reason I did that was because it's getting pretty dark here now. It's 5 o'clock, 5:11 p.m. my time here in California, and don't have too much longer with sunlight. Plus, you know, the carport here gets darker sooner, so there's not any real good light other than my headlamp that I have now, thanks to Rodolfo, whose chains we're working on right now. And I'm pretty excited, although it's not going to happen tomorrow or even in a few days. maybe not even in a couple weeks, but very soon. I've been doing a lot of research, and anyways, I'm gonna be investing in a parts washer, specifically a ultrasonic cleaner. And that I'm very excited about, mainly for well, I don't know, I'd probably use it for a little bit of everything, honestly, especially chains, clutches, carburetors. I know I always talk about how, you know, I love doing my hand cleaning, and, you know, because they come out really great, the saws. But you know, like this week I've been really busy with repairs and I have a lot to do. Of course it'll save some time. So thinking about getting I just got to measure some parts, like handle housings, crankcases, because the one that I want to get is a I believe it's a 30 liter. 30, so it's sizable. I mean, you can definitely put chains in there, plastics. I forget the specifications, the measurement on it, but it should fit most crankcases, and I feel like it should fit handle housings, like tank housings and all that, like the handles. So I think that's the size I'm going to get. I'm going to try to get at least a 30 liter. I've just been doing a lot of thinking, just like brainstorming, and how I can make my business and my process a little more, or my operations a little more efficient. Not so much more thorough, but just more efficient, you know, like saving more time, more you know, more labor. Because during this winter, it's my first winter, and, you know, I did slow down a bit. Thankfully I've been blessed and I still got some work in, not as consistent as spring or summer, like when I first started up. So doing my like OCD cleaning, meaning I just get really into it, opposed to just like a quick but yet still very good hand cleaning. It's more doable during the slow time. But once repairs start coming in, I started getting some hedge trimmers for sharpening. We are a saw shop, but I do offer sharpening services, so chipper blades, axes, obviously chains, hedge trimmer blades, lawnmower blades. You know, the cleaning, even when I don't go OCD on it, it still takes over an hour to clean, and that's using air compressor and my method that I use, which if anybody wants to check that out, I've done a couple live streams on it. Well, one that I did specifically because a gentleman, a viewer of ours, wanted for me to do a video on the cleaning process, but I figured it was just a lot easier to show it on a live stream than try to make just like a segment, if that makes any sense. So if anybody's curious about that process, if you have time or care to, check out the live stream and just kind of scrub through it. So yeah, I've just been thinking of different things, like business planning essentially on how I can do things a little bit quicker, a little faster. Because, you know, like I always say, I don't charge extra for cleaning. It's all part of the service, and I'm not about to, you know, even though I thought that was part of the thought, well, maybe I can charge a little bit more if they want cleaning done, because it still takes labor, it still takes time. But the thing of it is, even me, I look at my cleaning, you know, that I call the preferred cleaning, just my touch, my little extra touch that I like to do, because it brings me, you know, joy and satisfaction when a customer comes in and picks up their saw and they're like, whoa, dude, like, it looks great, or yeah, it looks better, man, or whatever. But usually it's like, damn, it almost looks like new, to an extent, right? But so I've always kind of saw it as like my little signature. So for me to charge or start trying to charge, it's like, I know most of my customers will pay for it, it's definitely worth it, but I don't know, I just wouldn't feel right about it. So I feel like a ultrasonic cleaner would be a good way to, you know, to alleviate having to charge a little extra. And it would only be maybe half an hour of labor, even though it takes way more than half an hour. But again, because with that $50 that I would charge for a half hour of labor, they can drop off another saw and get it inspected and whatever. So it's just, yeah, I'd rather just not have to charge, because that's something that I like doing, is cleaning the saws. And so the thought of an ultrasonic cleaner would be pretty cool, especially for, you know, carburetors, clutches, sprockets, chains, especially, because the method that I use, like I was telling you guys a little bit earlier, is I'll spray it down with some purple power and then just give it a little scrub down with a wire brush, and that's effective. I mean, it makes the chains look a lot better, but it's just tricky getting into the cutters. So with an ultrasonic cleaner, you know, you just put it into the ultrasonic cleaner, there's a little tray, and then the parts sit on there, and then it just vibrates. So it would break up the dirt and grime that's built up in the cutters a little bit better than trying to work the brush in there. And again, it's another one of those things that it's like my little special touch to clean the chains and to even clean the bars. As far as, like, you know, scrubbing them down on the outside, of course you always want to, you know, clean the inside of the bar or the track, you know, that's what I call it. But as far as like scrubbing it down, not necessary. But again, it's just another little something nice that I like to do for our customers, just because, I don't know, I like doing it. But like the chains, for instance, not a requirement to have to clean chains. But if you think about it, as far, you know, at least the cutters, you know, if you have really dirty cutters packed with dirt and grime, and then you go to sharpen it, whether you're using a grinding wheel or a hand file, it's gonna eat up, it's gonna yeah, wear out your file or your grinding wheel a little bit faster. So and then you get just a better grind, you know, better grind, I feel like, or cleaner at least. So that's what I'm kind of excited about. So that's kind of the goal, is to soon invest in a ultrasonic cleaner. because, you know, most ultrasonic cleaners, I'm not really, you know, I think ultrasonic cleaners are all kind of different, but like the good ones are like the style that I like. You know, you can set the temperature. You can set how, you know, you can set a timer, you know, how long it's going to be sitting there doing its thing. So if I put whatever it is in that ultrasonic cleaner, I could set it for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, however long it allows me to if needed. And then I can let it run and then come back and, you know, carry on with repairs. And then, so just thinking about it, honestly, makes me kind of excited. But I still need to do more research as far as what ultrasonic I want to go with, and just look into it a little bit more. And I think of course, there's some expensive ultrasonic cleaners out there that are in the thousands. The one that I was looking at last night on Amazon, upwards of $200. So I just want to, I don't know, I just like researching things that I'm going to invest in, and either way, it's just something that I'm interested about. Not so much of how to use it or how it works. It's all pretty, I don't know, it's pretty simple. It's just a vibrating machine. You put some ultrasonic washer fluid in there, which you can really use whatever, almost whatever you want. There's, you know, specific solution that you can get that's ultrasonic solution. People use just degreaser or you know, Dawn dish soap. I don't know. So yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm excited. But again, it'll be a little bit before I do that, but starting to do the planning, I should say. But I definitely want to have it before spring shows up. Because there's another type of parts washer that they call a part. It's called a parts washer, not an ultrasonic cleaner. Those ones use a solution called SW4. Some might call them a safe washer. So that's the kind that I used at the shop that I used to work at. And so mainly for chains. And boy, you know, it has the SW4 solution. It has a heating element, and it takes everything off. But I think my first investment will be the ultrasonic cleaner. We got Red Dead Moody in the house. Says, evening, get that gullet. Nah, you don't got to do all that. No, I'm just kidding. Sir, how you doing? So right now I finished up one chain, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left. 5 out of 10. Rakers on all these chains are pretty damn low already, so I'm not even going to bother taking any down, because you know, you don't want them too low. And I think for this chain right here, it is I think this is a 325, and unfortunately I don't have a 325 file. I know it's crazy. But like I said, thankfully I don't have, well, not thankfully, but I don't actually have to sharpen chains that often, because most of our customers, like I said, they're badass and they sharpen their own chains. But this one is a 325 pitch, and this is a 5/32, so it'll do the job. Just gotta put more pressure on that top plate, But the only other size that I have is the 13/64, which is for 3/8, and that's just way too big. So either way, just like how we've been doing it here since we've opened up, gotta do the best. Just gotta do the best with what we got. Yeah. Doing some snow removal. Oh shit. Doing sidewalks at a dispensary right now. Boss man is about to go in and snag a goodie bag. Gotta get that hash hole, man. Gotta get that hash hole. Gotta get that doink. You know, I've only ever tried one, and it wasn't bad, man. It was I think it was what? Who made those? Because I actually, you know, I used to work at dispensaries too, not too long ago, like what, like almost 3 years ago now. Who were they made by? Backpack Boys. Pretty tasty. I mean, I don't know. All white label. Most of it is all white label nowadays, anyways. But of course, you know, you got 710 Labs, which they're from our area, well, Bay Area, but we're pretty close. What strain was that they had? Yeah, it was really good. Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked now. I just want to get this done, get these chains done, so that way I can do that video about the rewind spring, so that way whoever cares to know how that gets installed. They're tricky, man, but I don't know. Maybe I just got beginner's luck on the first one I did yesterday on that 201. They're all kind of different anyways. They're all kind of different. Because there's only one repair that really intimidates me, and I thankfully I don't have to do them hardly ever, which it wouldn't be a bad thing if I did, because then I would learn and get better at it. But rewind starter jobs and rewind springs, and I know it sounds crazy, you know, running a saw shop and all, but Big Boy's gonna have to learn one day. You know what? That'd probably be a good topic for a live stream one day. Just buy some pull cord, and I have plenty of fan housings and the rewind fan housings, and just learn until we I don't know, lose patience, I guess. I don't know. There's a brand of pre-rolls in Michigan called Homies. Once a pre-rolls for $50, and they are some of the best pre-rolls in the market. Shit. And that's the thing with dispensaries. Is that you know, there's a lot of brands out there, and sometimes the way you find out which ones are good, I mean, yeah, maybe through word of mouth, but you just gotta try stuff, and you'd be surprised. Some of the brands, like for instance, that I tried, or that I thought were kind of like mids or whatever, they were some good ones. Kind of like that brand that you're talking about. I feel like a lot of the times when we go, you know, when I used to go into dispensaries, I would just, you know, I'd pretty much go for the hype brands like Cookies and Backpack Boys and all those guys. And you know, I feel like a lot of us judge everything by the price. Like, we start getting weirded out if it's not freaking $80 an eighth, which I've never paid, but I'm just as an example. But it's not always the case. that's one world where, you know, can't judge a book by its cover really applies. I mean, you can, but you might be missing out. Some might be like, wait a second, are they really talking about dispensaries right now and pre-rolls? Listen, we're with the times, and we're all about the culture. I don't smoke anymore. I stopped last year. And I never thought I would say this, but I feel freaking great. I feel better. Maybe if I ever retire and I'm sitting on a property and ripping chainsaws all day, you know, I kind of miss growing. Honestly, that's what I do miss. I'll probably still, I don't know. But they smoke like top shelf flower, pay $200 an ounce or more. See, that's all that, see, bang for the buck. And like I said, there's a lot of tree out there. A lot of tree, it's hard to know. And we got Grayson Nichols in the house. Sir, happy Friday. Hope you're doing well. Hope the third gen is running well. Don't be running that tank dry, man. I'm kind of tempted to pop some seeds this year because, you know, my dad's and my cousin, you know, we have a, well, they have a farm. It's a family farm, not a cannabis farm, just a farm. They live on a big strawberry field. And so every year, like pretty much from now until, you know, April, where it all goes down and starts, you know, they start pulling stuff from the seed vault and planting and, you know, flavors and all this and that. And I have some seeds here. I got some heat. So I have a buddy, he goes by the name of Calco Dangster. Or some, like myself, we may know him as Jeremy, but that's his name, that's his handle, that's his brand, Calco Dangster. And he sent me a care package last year with some heat, because I'm a big fan of blueberry and cherry pie. And he breeds his own stuff, all regulars, non-feminized. Which really, that's how you really pick the heat, is through regular seeds. Fems are cool because you don't have to sex or anything like that, but so he does a lot of, I mean, he does a lot of different, he has some heat, man. So, and he's got good cuts. So I have some heat here. And I'm kind of tempted to just buy a little, I don't know, to pop a seed or two and just see what I get. I mean, obviously I couldn't go full term here because of where I live, but it'd have to be on the down low. But I got a little shed in the back. Put a little light in there. See, I'm already getting ideas. I should probably just move on from that idea. Let's keep it to chainsaws. But like I said, we do a little bit of everything here, you know. We're hip. We're cool. We're with the times and the culture. Cookies in my, where I pay the extra for. Yeah, cookies. So one of my favorites from them is apples and bananas. That is my absolutely favorite because it's got, well, apples and bananas is just an amazing, like when it's done right. Oh, blue gelati. It's got I don't even remember anymore. See, that's how long it's been since, but that's my favorite. But when I was actually growing, though, another, I talked to the owner often, Purple City Genetics, they got some good ones too. Really good ones. Like, their cuts are pretty top notch. I still have photos and videos of everything, and man. And of course, my dad, he's old school, so he knows a lot of people, you know. So I've grown a lot of land race, and well, not a lot, but quite a few land race. I like haze. But anyways. Now I'm trying to figure out what it has. Oh, I think it has like Granddaddy in it. I don't know. See, now I'm all juiced up. Fuel went out. Reason it wasn't prime. Oh, I think that's what I remember you telling me. Unless you found out something different. What time is it right now? 5:38. Oh. Hand filing is tedious, just like I said, especially when you're on a time crunch. But I still think hand filing is the best way. And is the way. But I'm getting, this is the last like bigger chain. Everything else is 55 drive links, so those will be quick, or quicker I should say, especially if you're trying to do a fair job, you know. You take your time. No ma, ahorita no. No tengo hambre. But everything else is going to be quick. And then I'll, maybe we can go through the 036 together, actually, because I'm still going to have to do that anyway. So, like I said, I'm going to be in here for another while. And I don't say it like, oh, I'm stuck here. Like, no, I'm choosing to be here. This is what I do. But the rewind spring... The rewind spring we're not going to do on live stream, because I said I want to do a video on how to do that, or show more or less the process. I know it's going to be different, so it'll be specific just to the tool ones. But we'll check out that rewind starter after these chains and see if I can get away with just shortening up the pull cord a little bit. But I'm pretty sure the rewind spring is pretty shot out, because it's just, but we're going to try. It just sucks because, well, not that I wasn't thorough in my initial inspection, but I need to be more on point with my memory, because now I'm going to have to tell Rodolfo, yeah, man, your saws are done, but your 036, it still has this issue. And that's because I forgot. But I did not charge him for 3 rewind springs. I just charged him for 1. But either way, that's not the point. The point is I need to be efficient, and I need to be more just on game. Because it doesn't matter if he lives 5 minutes away, the next house over. He's at least an hour away, so an hour to me and an hour back. So now it's like downtime. He's gonna have to wait longer for his saw, unless he says, oh, it's fine like that. But it's not fine like that, because it doesn't even, you can crank it, but it's not gonna recoil back. So it's just, you know, so it's just a lesson learned to be more, just to be better, do better. But thankfully, Rodolfo, just like all of our customers, really, he's understanding and patient. But he's not going to use them tomorrow. He has a big job coming up on Wednesday, so that's why now we're pushing for that to get him done ASAP. Either way, we do everything as soon as possible. But the chances of that rewind spring coming in by Wednesday, it's not going to happen. Even if I were to go to a dealer, they're not going to have it in stock. But pretty much the saws he really needs are his climbing saws, because he's a climber. But of course, you know, all saws are needed no matter what. That's why he brought them. I don't know. Part of me doesn't even want to mess with that rewind spring and like shorten up the pull cord, because I just feel it in my gut that it's not going to make a difference. And when I put that rewind spring in, just like I did with the 201 from yesterday, I did have to shorten up the cord a little bit because there was too much play. So I don't want to shorten up the cord and then it not fix the problem, and then do the rewind spring and then have to shorten it up some more and then have it be too short. So, and I know, and obviously I know, and I know we're all thinking it, the more right way to do it would just be to do a new rewind starter job, or a new rewind job, or do a rewind job on it. Jesus. So I don't know. Sounds like we may have to practice our rewind starter jobs. one's already done. Okay, on to the little chains. 55 drivers for 16-inch. Most of these cutters on this chain are not even worth sharpening because they're way past the mark. But you know what? We'll touch it up anyways because it's part of the list and it's part of the goal, and you could use it as a super backup chain if needed, but it's pretty junk. Just do a little tiny bit. I mean, they're like non-existent. They're like little triangles. But hey, in case of an emergency, I mean, it'll still do something, kind of. Plus, I feel like if I didn't do it, it'd be me just trying to justify not doing it and cutting a corner and just. Because I know most shops would be like, it's junk. And then tomorrow, so these will get picked up tomorrow. It's already too late. It's already 6 o'clock or almost 6, and I don't think he's going to come over this late. Especially that he came over yesterday. I didn't even know he was coming by, Rodolfo. He brought our buddy Alan to bring his 200T. And I was like, okay. I was like, so you need them for Saturday? You have a job coming up on Saturday? And he's like, no. He's like, I actually need them for the saws just to be ready but for Wednesday. So, but again, I told him I was going to have everything done today. So everything's going to be done today except for that 036. I'm just going to tell him, hey, man, I'm sorry. I mean, that's all you can do. Is just take accountability and just say, hey, I screwed up. Yeah, all these cutters are like little baby triangles. That's why I'm just gonna give them just some tiny little, small little passes. Jeez, this one has like and honestly, for these cutters, even if I did want to, I would even, actually, you know, I do. Well, it's too late now because I've already sharpened it with the 5/32, but really I can go with an even smaller file for like the ones that we would do for, use for quarter pitch, or the quarter pico, as Steel calls it, but it's just fancy word for low pro. Just like there's 3/8, 3/8 low pro, there's 325, now there's a 325 low pro. So there's basically a low pro version for everything except for I think 404. Dang, this one, look at this one. This one's tiny. Part of me doesn't even know if this would work for an even like a backup chain, but hey, we're still gonna sharpen it. Rice Pogel says, what was, not sure what the question is, sir, my friend. I don't know, don't really understand. But we're just doing some chain sharpening here. So the ones that I have left now are for, they go on 201s, steel MS 201s, the T's, 16-inch bars. So these are 55 drive link. This chain, the cutters are non-existent, but I'm still going to sharpen it because the customer, it's part of his order. So I'm going to just sharpen it, and it'll be basically up to him to run it or not. But of course this one I'm not going to charge him for. So Liam is asking, how did you unblock my account? What do you mean? Just unblock it. Don't ask questions, man. Just ride with it. I feel like that's all we ever talk about. My account, my account, my account. Let's give it a rest already. Look at this one. This one's like, it's mainly just raker. Ket Sharten. I'm guessing I'm guessing that's German. Either way, we got the thumbs up, my friend. Thumbs up right back at you. Appreciate you guys for being here. Right on. Much love to you guys out in Germany. Liam, sometimes I don't know, man. I feel like sometimes you're just trolling. And that's why sometimes I'm just like, you know what? As far as the, so you're asking, so it's unblocked. Like I said in the comment that I replied to, have you checked? Because if you checked, you would know if it is or not. And I'm not trying to be a dick. It's just, like I said, I'm getting kind of tired of having to talk about accounts all the time. Like, it's kind of annoying. This is why I blocked you in the first place. Not to be a dick, but I mean, come on, man. Just being real. My day's good. My day's going good. I do appreciate you asking. Just really, really busy. I just figured I'd do a live stream just to say what's up to everybody, all you guys, and it's not every day that we do chain sharpening. So, and plus, I just needed something to break up the monotony of sitting here sharpening chains. So I'm working on chain number 8. We have 2 more to go, so we got a total of 10. I did all the bigger ones first, so I think the biggest ones were, I think they were 115 drive link. So for 36-inch bars, 91 drivers, 84 drivers, a little bit of this and that. And then after this, there's 2 more things on my to-do list. And then also I did bar maintenance and cleanup, or I did bar maintenance and cleaning on 9 bars. So just did inspections on them, made sure that the sprockets were all good. Did a little bar dressing, cleaned out the bar from the what I call the track, so where the drive links sit. So pretty much a track. Get all that dirt and grime out of there, and then give them a nice little scrub down with my favorite Purple Power and wire brush that I use to clean saws and plastics. And then doing these 10 chains. And then the last thing on the list is going to be, at least for the live stream, after we finish up these chains, I'm going to, oh yeah, I said I wasn't going to mess with it just because of what it is. So the last saw that one of the saws that I did for Rodolfo, out of the 4 that I did yesterday, everything else is done. Cleaning, tune-up service, cleaned with the bar, did maintenance on the bar. One of the chains that I did today is for that chainsaw. So he brought me 5 saws, 3 201s, a 261, and his 036 Pro. That's what part of these chains are from, and then he brought me some additional ones. So he brought me what? Like an extra 4 or 5 chains to sharpen up. But the only thing that's still needing to be done on his 036 that I didn't realize until after I put it all back together is that it also needs a rewind spring, because it has absolutely no tension, like no resistance to recoil back into place. Like, you can probably crank up the saw, but the cord's not gonna go back into place. So I was gonna try to shorten up the cord to see if that'll fix the problem, but I think the spring is so far gone, so shot out and worn out, that all I would be literally doing is just shortening up the cord, because it has it's got no resistance. So what I'm going to do is, of course I have to own up to my mistake, saying that I forgot that it needed a rewind spring and I didn't order it. I mean, I didn't charge him for it. I just charged him for 2. That's what's in the order, because I totally forgot that the 036 needed one also. So the solution for that is order a new rewind spring and then just put in a whole new spring. And already then I'm most likely going to have to shorten up the cord a little bit. That's what I had to do for the 1201 that I already did the rewind spring on. And then the only other thing that I have left to do is install the last rewind spring on the last 201, which I'm not going to do it on live stream. I'm going to just do a video so I can start making it'll be the first video on our channel that's not a short. It's an actual video, because that'll take at least a few minutes. Plus I think it'll be useful. It's going to be specific for the 201, because all rewind rewinds are a little different. So it'll be mainly just for the tool one. And like I said, I wanted to do this live stream just to say what's up to everybody and hang out for a little bit and entertain myself a little bit more than just having to sit here. And I mean, it's fun, but it's like you guys probably know. I don't know. Just to break it up a little bit. And actually thinking about it, Liam, if you're still here, I feel rude. How's your day going? Like, genuinely, how are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. Hopefully your channel's still getting subscribers. I know you're about to ask if I've watched the videos yet. I have not, but I promise you I will tonight. I promised, so I have to do it. And if I don't, I'm a damn liar. I know we all have lives, meaning like personal lives, and we have things going on in the world, but man, our live streams have been a little small lately. Maybe it's been a little, maybe the content's been a little boring. I don't know. But I do know, I understand everyone has things to do, and you know, I guess it's just kind of rare. because usually we have a lot of folks in the house. I still think the crowd that we have now is good. It's just a little different. Okay, last two cutters on this chain. And my stomach, as usual, is telling me that it's food time. So Liam is asking, how do you check if a chainsaw or your chainsaw has compression? So there's a couple different ways. The most common way though is, which is what I do here, is by doing the hang test. So basically what that is you just grab your saw and you let it hang by the pull start. And basically what you're looking for is, you know, that it stays there, and if it does start chugging down, it doesn't just go like all the way down quick. You know, it's so it'll either just stay there, or if it does start going down slowly, it'll go really, really slow, like a delay drop. But if you hang it and it just falls straight down, you do have scoring and you don't have compression. Also, if you do that test, if your saw has a decompression valve, you do want to do the hanging test with the decompression valve closed. Same thing if you were to do it with a compression gauge or meter. So that's another way that you can do it, but everybody just does the hanging test. What? Liam is saying, so you're telling me, okay, like if there was no rewind spring, call Paul? What? And I just dropped it to tell me, I'm just like, go straight to the ground. What? Obviously, if you don't have a pull start on your chainsaw, you won't be able to do the hanging test or even do the compression gauge, the compression meter, because you need a pull start. But if you do have a pull start, like I said, all you gotta do is grab your chainsaw, hold it from the pull cord, and let it, and then just basically see how long it takes to go all the way down. If it falls immediately, almost instantly, then you do not have good compression. If it chugs down in a delay manner, then you know that would usually signify that you do have compression. fair to good compression, but that's just going to tell you if you have compression. That's not going to tell you the condition of your cylinder unless it drops all the way down super quick. Then you are going to have cylinder and piston damage. So again, maybe I don't know if I'm not making myself clear, or if you don't have a pull start, meaning if you don't have a pull cord with the handle where you're not able to try to start it, you're not going to be able to do the hang test or using a compression meter, because you need a pull start with the handle with the pull cord, like, you know, like assembled, to do the drop test or the hang test or the compression. Liam says, what should we know the lights that just drops the ground? I don't know what you mean by that. Huh. All right, one more chain to do after this. And then do the video, take pictures of the chains for the before and after for Instagram. And it's a wrap, man. It's been a long day today. Good day, but long day. But I'd much rather have long days like this than slow days, because that means that we actually have some work. So that's good. And then tomorrow, assuming that the universe allows us to make it to tomorrow. I know that sounds dramatic, but I mean, hey, we never know. We never know. The shop might burn down tonight. I don't know. But if all goes well and we make it to tomorrow, we'll be working on that 200T. I already did the inspection the day that he brought it. So yesterday I did a on-the-spot inspection, which that's not usually how it works, but they're good friends and good customers, so I just did it real quick. And then order the parts tonight, and then make the estimate on our little CMS software, so customer management software, where I can do create invoices, create estimates, so quotes, and then I can turn them into invoices, and then it logs everything. It's a really cool software. It catalogs all the parts that I put in, so that way I don't have to keep typing it in each part. As soon as I start typing, like, let's just say 201 under parts, it'll come up with all the parts that I have cataloged with for 201s, and then I just click on which parts, and then I just select my quantities. It'll already have the prices saved. I can choose if they're going to be taxable, discounted, and then it just creates a report, a summary of all my invoices and my quotes. And then also too, now I can take debit and credit card payments. So either through the tap feature, which I can do it directly on my iPhone, or I can send, they can do a payment link or a QR code if they come here, and you know, maybe they don't have tap, and I can just say, okay, we'll scan the QR code, and then it'll pull up, you know, they'll scan the QR code, and then it'll pull them into a payment link. So it's pretty cool. So most of our customers pay with cash or Zelle or Apple Pay. But every now and then I do get customers sometimes that you know, they want to pay with a debit card. I actually recently just had a customer pay with a check, which, that's fine. I mean, it's money's money, but so and I set all that up right before Christmas, and it feels pretty cool, because now instead of just giving someone a handwritten receipt or quote or whatever, it's all generated in a nice, like, PDF, or basically, so yeah, it generates, so it makes up the estimate, the quote or the invoice, and then of course it has my name, and it just looks legit, because it's like, it all looks nice, you know, a template essentially. I can choose the color of it and whatever. So, and then I can send invoices or quotes directly to the customer. It'll also generate a invoice number or quote number, and then when I send them the invoice or the quote through email or through text, it'll give them kind of just like it'll generate just like a view of it. But then if they hit the view estimate or view invoice button, it'll actually take them to it'll generate a PDF of the invoice. So it's pretty sweet, man. It's pretty freaking sweet. And it's all done through an app, literally called Invoice Maker. But it's really nice. You do have to pay for it. It's a weekly thing, so I think it's like $6 or $7 a week. But man, it's so worth it. So worth it. So just trying to make our business better for our customers, give our customers a better experience. Plus, it keeps everything in order and organized and whatever. Especially being able to accept debit and credit card payments now. It's amazing. You know, it's all linked to your bank account or whatever. We also now have a domain name, so half of a website. So preferredsawworks.com. There's nothing there. I haven't actually created the website yet. That probably won't happen for a while. Well, it just won't happen anytime soon, but I've already paid for the domain, and I just gotta create the website. Basically there I can just create a website, so I can like sell products, I can advertise my services. For selling like parts and merchandise, I do have an eBay store already that I sell parts on sometimes, and I actually have a lot of stuff that I'm gonna list on there, just because you know, doesn't really get a lot of hits on Instagram right now. So eBay, at least people will see it when people look up steel or West Coast saw or whatever I have here. sold quite a few things on eBay already. Back when I was selling custom saw kits, so saws with aftermarket parts like West Coast stuff, but that's when we had a little more money. Which eventually, I mean, that's a goal that I want to get back to, sell custom saw kits. So whether it be 500i, 201, well, 201s and 200Ts are going to be a little hard to get, you know, but you know, just sell everything as a kit, or already modified saws, essentially, like sell ported saws, just like Ripsaw or Redbeard, Buxton Saw Works. So yeah, and then eventually start buying saws to refurbish and restore, and then modify them if a customer wants. Liam is asking, what do you say the first thing you need to know before running a chainsaw? Well, first and foremost, I think understanding the risk of running a chainsaw. You know, understanding how a chainsaw works, understanding kickback, knowing how to start a chainsaw correctly, or, you know, and really just, I mean, you're not going to know how to run a chainsaw until you actually start running chainsaws, but you need to at least learn the basics, you know, safety, how a chainsaw functions essentially, and then just understanding all the risks, kickback, how kickback happens, you know, making sure, you know, you're running a good chain, you're not running a dull chain, making sure you know how to, you know, properly mix, you know, fuel and oil mixtures. And as far as using a saw, again, that's all going to come, you know, once you understand all those, like, important and important, they're basic steps, but they're very important. You know, again, how to start a saw the right way, the correct way, you know, how to avoid kickback, what to look for, you know, chainsaw, like I said, making sure you're running a sharp chain. I would probably learn how to, you know, practice sharpening chains, so that way when you're out there finally cutting, you know, and you need to sharpen your chain, you know how to do that, how to look out for if your chain is starting to become dull, like what to look for. So, and that's actually a good question, Liam. I actually like that question. Not to be an asshole, because I sometimes, you know, I kind of refer to you as my little brother sometimes from another mother, you know, just kind of like that little bro. But compared to other questions, you know, that's a good question, and I think that would be a good topic for a video. So when I do make that video, Liam gets credit for that because he gave me a good idea. Just basic chainsaw 101. And I could do it on a live stream, but, you know, like I said, I want to start posting longer videos, different kind of videos on our wall or in our channel. So that's a very good, I like that, Liam. That's a good question. Because it's all, you know, some people would be like, oh, well, obviously, duh. It's common knowledge and common sense, but even people that know, we forget. We don't think about it sometimes, you know? So I think it's important. And once you pretty much learn and understand all those basics, you know, chain sharpness, fuel mixture, you know, what kickback is, how kickback happens, how a chainsaw operates, safety features, like chain brake function, and, you know, how the handguard works. Of course, you know, first and foremost too, once you actually start cutting, you know, you do want to wear some PPE. I know a lot of people don't, and that's at their own risk. But, you know, like chaps, here, ear protection, goggles, if you're out there cutting, maybe a helmet, things like that. Um, you know, I will be the first one to be honest. When I cut, I don't wear chaps. I wear ear protection for sure. It's already bad enough. My hearing, I already have the little ringing in my ears. Um, eye protection. Uh, I don't wear eye protection. So, but again, it's the basic, like the basics things that you need to know, basic but important things. And then once you've understood, or you understand the risks and how to run a chainsaw and how to operate a chainsaw, what to look for, again, chain sharpness, you know fuel mixture, how the chain brake system works, how the handguard comes into play with the chain brake, how to avoid kickback, what to look for, to know if your chain is getting dull. Once you've understood all that, it comes down to, can you even start the damn saw? And I'm not trying to, not to be like, oh, Mr. Know-it-all, but you know, if you understand everything else, the real important stuff, like safety and all that, if you can't start a chainsaw the right way or at all, maybe, I don't know. But as far as like learning how to cut, that's not going to come until you actually start running the saw and cutting. But I think that should be the first thing that anybody should learn, is the safety. So like some might be thinking, well, how do you properly start a saw? Well, either you do like either on the ground, or you do like where you kind of like angle the handle a little bit, so where the bar is kind of like at a slant, so that way if for some reason you get a runaway saw or whatever, instead of coming straight at you from the front, it kind of goes out to the side. So it's kind of hard to explain. It's kind of like the under the knee, or like you put the foot, I don't know. See, of course you see everybody drop starting saws. You're not supposed to, but I do it sometimes. If not, I just kind of put it in between my leg or whatever, and do it that way. So, but that's what I would say, Liam. That's the important stuff there. As far as wearing chaps, ear protection, goggles, or eye protection, that's that's on your own risk. But I mean, it's all on your own risk, but you definitely want to learn that. And we got M&G in the house, and M&G, exactly. So gloves as well. You can wear gloves, and maybe you should. Um, but I think, Liam, that's a good question, and I think maybe that'll be a good topic for a video. Things to know before you decide to start up a chainsaw and run it. And then also too, once you get past that first step or steps, then it's also knowing how to cut, like understanding how to cut, how to do your cuts and all that. So I mean, there's a lot of different things. And for anybody watching or that watches this live stream, take everything I say with a grain of salt. I am not by any means a professional, certified, instructor, nothing. This is just things that I've picked up on my own, working at the power equipment shop and whatever. Do your own research. Don't just take my word for it. Anything that I do here, do your own research and take it for what you want, or for what so, because it's tricky, getting on social media or anywhere and providing people with advice, even though you're telling them good advice, what you consider good advice, or it is. I think everyone should just kind of do their own research and just and that's it. If you're out there, maybe some boots, just you want to be You know, do you want to be running a chainsaw in shorts, sandals, and a tank top, and you're out there cutting? Probably not. Will you see people doing that? Absolutely. But, you know, and the best thing that I could say at this point, you know, providing, you know, giving advice and whatever, I think the best thing anybody can do is, you know, maybe watch some videos like from Steel or Echo or Husqvarna, or, you know, people that are actually a little bit more certified. I don't know. But then again, you know, I'm not saying that what I'm saying is wrong. It's just, you guys get what I'm saying? I don't know. It's kind of telling, it's like I hate telling people, oh, you should do that or you should do this. I hate telling people you should. That's why I always do my best to remember to say, well, if you would like, if you care to do so, if you, I don't know, if you have an interest. It's tricky, man. It's kind of like joking around too much, you know, especially like doing these live streams and social media, you know, because we don't know the type of people that are watching. There's everybody's watching. So if I'm sitting here joking around one day saying, oh, you should always drop start a chainsaw and you should always, you know, and I'm just joking around, well, sometimes they may not know if you're joking. They might take that serious and then go do that, and then something happens. So that's why I really try to refrain from saying things like that on our live streams or just in videos. Because people take things very seriously and very literal. So you just got to be careful. Because maybe you guys understand my humor, or, you know, or know that I'm joking, but some people may not know. That's also why I do my best to be very careful on like the things that we talk about. You know, I try to keep it on topic, but of course, you know, like I was telling Rad Dad Moody, you know, we you know, we're hip, we're cool, we're with the times, we're about the culture, but, you know, try to just keep it, you know, kind of keep it chill and balanced. A pair of chaps are cheaper than a trip to the emergency room, which is what I would tell them. I mean, that's true, man. I mean, yeah, that's definitely very true. You know, I know most of us would already know that, but like we're saying, you know, and that's also the point of the channel too, is to you know, obviously share our experience and you know, just show what we can do and what we do, so that way maybe somebody can pick up a little something that's useful. Or, you know, when we have viewers and maybe they see me sharpening this chain and they're like, man, maybe try doing this. Or if they see me doing a repair, you know, oh, maybe try doing this. You know, we're all here to learn. But I mean, nobody likes to know it all anyways, and that's not the point. But I mean, yeah, I guess the point is to try to educate as well, you know, the best way that we can. Like, that's why sometimes when people ask me certain questions, like, hey, what do you think about this? Or, you know, what do you know, what's your opinion on this or whatever? That's why I don't even try to be like, I try not to speak on anything that I don't actually know for myself. I just, everything that I share and talk about, or, you know, I share an opinion about something, is because I either know something about it or have experience with it myself. But it's tricky, man. But I think that would be a good topic for for longer videos, since I do want to make longer videos. Like after this, I'm gonna do a video on that rewind spring replacement, just showing how it goes in and what it, you know, it's going to be for 201 specifically, because that's what I'm going to do it on. Of course, they all kind of vary. They're all a little different. Similar, but a little different. Maybe some trickier than others. I don't really have too much experience with rewind springs, let alone rewind starters, like doing, you know, rewind starter jobs. Just because I don't know, should probably practice some more. I know it's kind of ironic. Porting, top end replacements, anything else, I got you all day. But ask me to do a rewind starter. Whew. But again, another topic for a live stream. Maybe just buy, you know, I have plenty of leftover rewind starters here, fan housings, and, you know, just got to buy some pull cord, and we'll just sit here and practice and do pull cords all night. Because that's the only way we're gonna get good at it. Liam says, thank you for saying Husqvarna. Liam says, how do you know I'm not a Husqvarna dealer? Well, that's the thing. And that's what I say pretty often. We don't know who's watching. Unless someone comments and says, this is who I am. But even then, how do you know if they are or not? But that's the point. That's why I also do my best to, you know, keep the live stream about what we're doing and keep it chill, and, you know, especially because it's like, you know, it's our shop's channel, so everything that I do here represents my company, my brand, my name. So, you know, if I'm sitting here kind of like how I first started off, like when I very first, like the first couple live streams, I was sitting here, you know, doing repairs and having a beer, you know, and it's like, but then I thought about it, you know, that's not a good look, because how do people know that I haven't already drank a 12-pack and I'm on my 13th beer and I'm sitting here just hammered and doing repairs? Also, how do they know that maybe it's just one beer? But again, it's an image. So, and for that same reason, I stopped doing that, because I don't know who's watching. I could have people from Steel watching, people from Echo, people from respectable people that can determine my future in this business. And I do plan on going far. I mean, I've already come a long way. And the thing is, not to sound all up and mighty, you know, but I already communicate with people from Steel. Someone from Steel always shows me love, you know, when I tag them and whatever, like, so they already know more or less who I am and what we're doing, you know. I've met people directly from Echo, you know, in person. So just got to keep it chill. That's why, because you never know who's watching, you know. I've been talking with one of the guys from Ripsaw, you know, and they're more active on my Instagram, like checking me out, seeing what I can do, seeing what I do. So it's like, and who's to say that they're not watching our live streams here and there? Again, people from Echo, Steel, Husky, wherever. So that's why too I stopped doing that, because for one, having a beer and doing repairs, that's not the image that I want anyways for our channel. Or same thing, you know, like losing, breaking composure because we have some goofies in the comments, and I feed into it and I start talking shit, or I start saying something, like I've done a couple times already, and it's not a good look either. Because nobody wants to work, or nobody's going to want to work with somebody that can't keep composure and can't keep professionalism. And also, too, if people from these companies like Echo, Steel, Husqvarna, they're watching me do repairs, and I'm sitting here, drinking beer or smoking a joint or just doing whatever and just acting a goof. Well, once I get to the point where maybe I apply to become a steel dealer one day, what if they're going to say, "Oh, wait a second, that's that preferred guy. We've seen his live streams before. He was acting a fool and drinking and doing whatever and trying to represent our brand. We ain't doing all that." So it's just, that's how I think, because I want to be successful in what I'm doing, and that's just how we have to think. Same thing if I'm out there doing running videos one day, when we finally get to the point where we can do more running videos and cutting videos, and I'm out there, they see a video and we're out there drinking beers and and running saws, and it's just, that's not the look. We have a good time, we have fun, we joke around, and we but you gotta just you gotta keep it chill. And even if we weren't, let's just say, even if we weren't drinking beers and doing repairs, if we're over here acting a fool and we're making it, we're basically just clowning around and whatever, that's not a good look either. Why would Steel want someone like that, or Echo or Husqvarna? Why would they want someone like that to represent their brand, to sell their product? I know I wouldn't. And like MNG says, and that's exactly right. There's a time and place for everything. And again, not to sound all high and mighty, but I've already built up a really good reputation and an image just in the short time that we've been doing this. If all keeps going well, this year in July, it'll be 1 year that I've taken ownership of Preferred SawWorks, and people know who I am, and YouTube, and and so even if we're not on camera on our channel, and anytime I say our channel, I mean you and me, because it's not just me here. If I'm out on the street, and I treat someone wrong, or it's like, that affects me, that affects the business, that I'm not saying that everybody that I see knows who I am, or they're like, "Oh, there's that Preferred SawWorks guy." But again, how do I know? Social media works in a mysterious way. YouTube works in a mystery, like algorithms. Like, I don't know, people. So if I'm out there acting a fool on the street, it could be the same thing if I was acting a fool here. Hey, that's that Preferred guy. And then all it takes is one time for people to start talking, and people talk either way, no matter what. But just got to be careful. But like MNG says, definitely a place and time for everything. Because our channel has reached 1 million public views right before New Year's. So 1 million public views. That's, I mean, I know it's a huge world out there, but that's a lot of views. So we think it's a small world, or we think it's such a huge world. I mean, but it's a small world in real life and on social media. And I'm sure people from all of the big brands that we love, Steel, Echo, Husqvarna, West Coast Saw, all these brands. Someone's got to watch. Someone's got to be watching, or watch every now and then, because we tag everything. We hashtag everything. So people are watching. People are watching. And actually, I'll give you guys an example. So when I got fired from the power equipment shop that I used to work at, Ace Hardware here in Windsor, the branch off though was the supply place. That's what the power equipment shop side is called, department is called. And you know, they fired me. Okay, whatever. Well, I kept trying to still shop there because, I mean, there was no bad blood. You know, I was like, okay, well, obviously the owner didn't like the fact that I started side hustling and started doing my own repairs at home and whatever the case may be. And so I still kept trying to shop there until one day I went to go buy a West Coast muffler for a 2511. Actually, excuse me, for a 201. And one of the supervisors found me, came up to me, looked for me, and they said, "You're not allowed to be here." And I said, "What?" "Yeah, they don't want you here. You're not allowed to be here, and you know, and you can't." And then I didn't get all crazy on them. I was just like, "What are you talking about? I can't be here. Like, what are you, yeah, you're not allowed here. You've been trespassed. You've been banned from coming and shopping here." And so I was like, "What?" Because when I got fired, when my manager fired me, he didn't say, because I even asked him, I was devastated. And supposedly the decision wasn't coming from him. It was coming from the main boss, the owner of Ace Hardware. There's 2 locations, one here and one in the other town, Healdsburg. And so I was like, what? So anyways, the point is that when I asked him, I was like, so what? I can't even shop with you guys anymore. I can't shop. And he said, no, you can. You can. So I kept trying to go and shop. And but I noticed the vibes were a little different. So long story short, this day though, and I know they're watching my videos and Instagram because, well, you can see who views your stories and whatever. You can't see who views your posts unless they like it. But, up and like leading up to the day that I got fired, the supervisor started spying or looking on my Instagram. I'm sure they were watching YouTube because I have my link on our Instagram. And then how I knew things were really kind of weird was that the main owner started looking at my stuff, like my stories, because you can see who views your stories on Instagram. So they were spying. My manager, store supervisor, the owner. Well, the only thing they saw was that I was doing my thing, doing what I love. So long story short, I went to go buy that 201 muffler, and they came right up to me, the supervisor, and he's like, David, he's like, you can't be here. You're not allowed to be here. And I was like, what are you talking about? Yeah, they don't want you here. The owner and whatever, they don't want you here. You've been, they banned you. And I said, that doesn't make sense because the manager told me, I'm not going to say any names. I was like, so-and-so told me that I could still be here, that I could still shop. Yeah, nope, not anymore. And I was like, what? And he's like, I can call them right now and you can talk to them and whatever. And I was like, you know what? I was like, nah, man, it's fine. I'll leave. So I got fired up. So what did I do? I went with a friend and he was able to shop. I made a video and I still have that video. And I could easily post it, but it's like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That's in the past. But I made a video, and I basically made a video of the store and telling them the situation and that how they were kicking me out and that they were banning me and whatever. And I wasn't talking smack, but I was just like, oh, you know, they're kicking me out. What's going on? You know, like, I used to work here. I even said in the video, I got fired from there, but they never told me that I couldn't still shop there as a customer. So, you know, and the only thing that I said that was probably negative was, you know, they're just hating because I'm doing my own thing and I'm crushing it. But what I did next was not a good look on me. I posted it on Instagram. I tagged Echo, Steel, Husqvarna, all of the brands that we love. And even though I wasn't like, oh, F them and this and F that, that's drama. That's just unnecessary drama. That's just stupid, childish stuff. It took me a couple days to realize, you know what? That wasn't the move. Even just making the video and posting it was not the move. But to tag the brands that I want to work with and that I work with, and especially my favorite brand, Steel, that's just not a good look. Especially that I was already pretty much established as Preferred SawWorks and doing everything that I'm doing here. So I deleted the video. Well, it was on the story, so it only, you know, but then, so it was already deleted actually. What I did next was, I didn't reach out to Echo or Husqvarna, but I reached out to Steel, and I apologized for basically causing unnecessary drama and just being childish, you know, because I knew that wasn't the move, especially because like I am trying to be successful in this, like I've been, thankfully, you know, thanks to you guys and our customers. So I reached out to them and I just said, hey, look, I apologize for the video that was, you know, out of line, and I apologize, and, you know, and I just basically said I apologize for the unnecessary drama and for the bullshit. I didn't say bullshit, but they know what I was talking about. And I was like, oh, they're probably not going to read it, but I know that they saw the video. Well, shortly after I sent that message, I got a message back from Steel. They actually responded to me. They replied. And what they said was basically, you know, thank you for your apology and for, you know, doing your best to maintain respect to everybody, you know, to everybody in the industry, you know, to everybody and whatever, like to them, and just, you know, again, the video wasn't super rude or disrespectful. It was just kind of like, you know, just petty shit. Child, like, oh, you know, they're just you know, they're haters and this, you know. And what they said after, like, you know, thank you for your apology, they said, your passion for the industry is evident and we appreciate you. And basically they were saying, you know, they get it. So from then on, that's when I realized even more, I got to be on point. I'm a business owner now. I'm, you know, just got to be on point. That's the long story short. That's it. So they know who we are. I'm sure a lot of people know who we are that are watching. We just don't know. But coming down to the end of it is, we just always gotta be careful, because no matter what, whether you're at work, school, on the street, at home, anywhere, people are always watching. People are always going to be watching you, especially when you're actually doing something. People are always going to be watching you, you know, just like people are always going to talk. So, you know, I've learned a lot. I've been learning a lot. So, so I just, and that's actually one of the reasons that drove me to stop smoking weed. as well, because, I would be at home, you know, smoking on the pen, taking little puffs, and throughout the day. But then I thought about it, you know, that's not a good look either. Because what if, because customers are going to be coming by, and what if for some reason they did notice that, I was all high and just like not, so I just, that's not the only reason, but that was the main reason why I stopped. Because I need to be now an actual professional. I need to be, you know, on my game, especially working with power equipment, with chainsaws, power equipment, you know, dangerous machines, and working on people's property and equipment that they're going to go take up, out to a job site, climb 100 and however many feet up in the air. And, you know, it's just, you got to be on point. And yeah, it was just, so that's a little bit, that was kind of a random story, but that's just my mindset nowadays. That's, I used to always say, oh, I do this for a hobby and for fun. I do it for fun, but it's no longer a hobby. It's a business. Feels like a hobby sometimes because we're having fun. We're doing what we do. But we're a business. So anyhow, chains are done. 10 chains are done. And bars are done. Just have to mount the bar and the chain onto the saws. We'll do that tomorrow. Actually, we can do that together. And it's 7 o'clock. I'm still gonna make that video on the rewind starter, on the rewind spring, just because I that is a good video. It'll be a good video. Just kind of, it's gonna be kind of short and sweet, but just to show what the process is, and and just show. I'm gonna do that video, and then I'm gonna head in and just chill until tomorrow. So MNG says congratulations on that, sir. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate it. Liam says, I'm sorry, what do you mean have I checked? I can't see if you unblocked me. Well, some of you guys are probably like, what the hell's going on with this Liam guy, and what's up with you guys blocking each other? It's a long story. We've already touched on that. Liam and I are cool. It's just, everything is good. But Liam, the only way to know, because I know I did unblock your channel. If you can see my channel from your chainsaw channel, if you can see my channel, then you're good. So we got Gemblung, my friend. How are you? Welcome back. Happy Friday. I almost forgot what day it was. Happy Friday. Much love to you. Of course I remember you. Of course. Hope you're doing well. I don't remember though if I've seen you since if we've talked since the new year, but if not, either way, happy new year to you, and I hope your new year has been off to a good start. So, meaning healthy, family's good, everything's good, work. Yeah, but of course. I feel kind of bad because you kind of came in pretty much at the end, but we're just doing some chain sharpening, and but now I'm gonna get going here because it's already 7 p.m. and I have one more thing that I want to do, which is record a video on how to replace a rewind spring on a 201T. So for the pull start assembly, or it's part of the pull start assembly. I could just do it here on live, but I want to actually be able to post it as an actual like segment, because I need to start doing longer videos, and I just want to start making different videos other than just shorts. Just kind of like doing little passes on things. I mean, those are cool. They're fine, but I want to start doing more videos of like how to, and showing how to do certain things like repairs, troubleshooting, things like that. So that's what I'm going to work on, and that's going to be the last thing. And then tomorrow, if we're blessed and the universe allows us to make it to tomorrow, we'll come back tomorrow and get all the saws fitted with their bars and chain. And then what else? And then we'll start kind of working on Alan's MS200T that he dropped off yesterday. We're gonna start cleaning it. I already did the inspection, so I already found out the problems. It needs a couple of repairs, but we'll show all that tomorrow and do all that together, and we'll just hang out with a little bit more time. And but it was a very good day here for us. Very productive. This week has been amazing. It feels like we're getting into that spring and summer workflow. So hopefully this is a good preview of what the spring and summer hold for us. But just got to keep a positive mindset. Some people might say, oh, that's cringe or whatever, but you know, I really do believe in manifestation, like manifesting and making things happen. It's a real thing, man. I don't know, maybe it's just coincidence for me, but it's a real thing. You know, basically say you will, and you can, and you will. So okay, Liam says I work for Husqvarna and Steel. You never know, man. You never know. You might. So Gemblung says, for today's meeting, what will my brother do? Well, we were sharpening chains. I had 10 chains to sharpen, and I just did the last. How many did we do? 5 or 4? I think we did 4 or 5. But we're all done for tonight. So, but tomorrow, like I said, we'll be back tomorrow. We're gonna work on a 200T, a steel 200T. Gonna start cleaning it. I'm gonna show you guys what it needs as far as the repairs go. And then before we do that though, we're going to the 5 chainsaws that we cleaned up and repaired for Rodolfo. All we have left to do is mount the bar and the bars and the chains, and then they'll be ready for pickup tomorrow. But for tonight, man, we're all done, Gemblung. We're all done. That's why I said I feel kind of bad that you kind of popped in at the very end. But we'll be back tomorrow. My time, it'll be early, probably like I don't know, no later than 10 p.m. my time, possibly sooner. But either way, we'll be here tomorrow as long as the universe allows. But yeah, guys. So for now, I appreciate everybody that was here watching on a Friday, and yeah, we'll be doing some more stuff tomorrow. So Liam says or asks, how old are you? I am 33, and also 2, if the universe allows, in March I will turn 34. Damn. I know I'm not old, but man, I'm getting kind of old. I'm getting up there. So yeah. All right, guys. So that's pretty much it. Liam's asking what's on the calendar for tomorrow. So like I was saying, we're going to mount the bars and the chains onto the saws that we serviced for Rodolfo. So we have five saws. We have 3, 4, 5. So we have 3 201s, a 261, and his 036. We just got to put the bars and chains on it, and then we're gonna work on Alan's MS200T. Just gonna start cleaning it, and I'm gonna order some parts after we get done here in the shop, and then just go from there. So Liam says, at least you have no white hair. Well, not at all. I'm bald, but I do have a little gray coming in on the beard, but that's all right. So, all right, guys, much love to everybody. Happy Friday night here. It might be Saturday for you, but if all goes well, we'll see you tomorrow. So laters.